Hello, thanks for joining us today as we take you around the world of ICT development. If this is your first time being with us, be sure your time with us will be well spent. I am Ewomazino Wonder, welcoming you to this special edition of the program, NTA Impact, brought to you by the National Information Technology Development Agency, NTA. The world is undergoing a digital revolution with significant implications for global economies and livelihoods. This revolution is predicated on the ever-increasing pace of technological innovation and diffusion. Digital technologies and their attendant applications are reshaping whole domains of human activities and are spreading across the world faster than previous waves of technological innovation. This necessary change is part of what COVID-19 has brought upon nations, individuals, and organizations. In Nigeria, the premier IT regulator, NTA, is not failing to impress by leading the change and creating the needed environment to mitigate the pandemic and position the nation for growth. In this edition, we present to you a special report on economic development, stimulating growth using the startup ecosystem. The reality of the coronavirus on economies means they have to re-strategize on survival and recovery, plus a startup lounge featuring myclinic.ng. Not forgetting our personality of the week, Mr. Isaac Yinka Adejube, Director, Standards, Guidelines and Frameworks. Stay with us, but first, the news. The reality of the coronavirus on economies means they have to re-strategize on survival and recovery. Thus, Kano and Jigawa states are already looking inwards on the post-pandemic strategies. Kashifu Inuwa Abdullahi DG NTA joins other functionaries to give insight on how to get governance and development back on course.
In Jigawa State, we have a strong partnership with the state government under the leadership of the Executive Governor, Alhaji Muhammad Badr Abubakar. We have executed several projects. Among them, we are building ICT community centers in the 3 senatorial districts to engage and train our youth on emerging technologies and entrepreneurship. Gawa, we have a competitive edge in this area. About 60% of our economy is based on agriculture, and we have the land and our people embrace the agriculture as the major source of income.
Other speakers also sounded optimistic on the new normal and the way forward.
And we are pioneering an e-learning platform to support public schools in both Ghana and the Jigawa states in conjunction with the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, UNICEF. In the past few years, we sponsored education of selected orphans at tertiary institutions, and we periodically give out support of food and clothes to the less privileged.
As we know, Nigeria is facing quite huge challenges because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and what started as a health crisis has now imploded into what is fast emerging as an economic and fiscal crisis. And the situation in our country is particularly complicated by a health system that's very weak, low literacy levels, poverty, and also the issue of public trust. Because
the National Information Technology Development Agency, NTA, has called the attention of the general public to the existence of fake websites in circulation, trying to capitalize on the COVID-19 pandemic to defraud unsuspecting Nigerians. The agency says it will not relent in its efforts at ensuring a safe and secure Nigerian cyberspace. According to NTA in a statement signed by its head Corporate Affairs and External Relations, Hajia Hadiza Umar, the agency's Computer Emergency Readiness and Response Team (CERT) identified a number of websites using various phishing tricks to attack internet users. One of such tricks is misinforming the public that the federal government has approved the disbursement of funds under a fictitious vote called lockdown funds. It then requires the user to complete an online form with their personal information, including bank details, for the payment to be effective.